Hello, everyone, and welcome back to New You, where we have twin flames to heal and to master thyself along thy twin flame journey. My name is Ruby Lee, and I am a submastery coach, and I am a twin flame specialist. And so, if you are in separation from your twin at the moment, and if you want some support along your twin flame journey, you want to make sure you click that bell and become a subscriber to a new you, for new you has been created just for you. And so today's topic of discussion is simply titled, What to Do When All Hell Breaks Loose. What to do when all hell breaks loose in your life. What do you do when you feel like your life is crumbling under your feet and you can't control anything? You can't grasp the understanding of why these series of events is happening in your life. Why is the tower moment happening? Why is the breakup happening? And maybe it is because it is your time. If you are that person asking yourself, why am I going through this? Why am I experiencing this? It hurts so bad. It doesn't feel good. And it's multiple things that are going on back to back, back to back, back to back. Why is this happening? Why is my world being shaken? Because God is trying to shift you. Why am I experiencing these things? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening now? Because it's your time to go through your shift. It's your time for the lies to be exposed so that you can begin to see a new vision for yourself, for your life. Sometimes all hell breaks loose because it is just your time for things to start breaking down so that you can begin to build a new life for yourself. A year or so ago, before I met my twin, one of the revelations that God revealed to me is a lifestyle change. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was going to look like. It was a message that I received. And I remember waking up one early morning, going to the restroom, and this download of a lifestyle change was downloaded within my soul. And so I started to type and write what it was that I was feeling and hearing and sensing. And it was this whole document that I written up about a lifestyle change. And I did not know, like, what it was all about. And I didn't really think too deeply about it. You know, when I receive inspiration, I receive it and I let it go. And so a year or so later, I started to experience the shift. Things started to, well, actually before that, things were starting to unravel, go wrong. I remember getting fired from my job for a very petty reason, but I remember getting fired, not knowing what I was going to do next. And then shortly after that, the lies were exposed. And that 10-year relationship that I was in, the person who I thought I knew, I realized that I didn't know him at all. And that I was living with a man that I did not know. Because he had deep-rooted secrets that came to the surface, that came to the light. And I had to physically, officially let that thing go. A few years before that, I came into the understanding. I should have said, yeah. A few years before that, I knew I had to let it go. So I let it go emotionally, mentally. And I took my power back and I started to focus on me. I remember I enrolled in a self-love course that my mentor was offering at the time. So I remember being involved in that self-love course and just doing the things that she was telling us to do. And I was on that journey of doing that. I remember going on a cleanse and just really shifting my energy. And as I began to do those things, guess what? My world began to shake a little harder. It was already shaking, but it began to shake a little harder. And I had to let go of people, things, thoughts, ways of living that was no longer serving me. And it was painful, the most painful thing I have ever experienced in my life. During that time, before I met my twin, and after I met my twin, I went through some really rough times. Really rough times. Found myself in situations that I never thought that I would find myself in. Matter of fact, at one time, I was going back and forth from an extended a hotel place to a one-bedroom apartment that was literally falling apart. And I remember feeling homeless, like I felt homeless. Because that was the place that I was living in, it wasn't my home. I didn't call it my home. You know, at the time I called it an unfortunate situation for myself. That small little one-bedroom apartment that I was staying in with 2 kids was just falling apart. Like literally falling apart. Like literally falling apart. Tub falling into the dang old ground. Ceiling almost coming down on my head that could have killed me. Water leakage in my kitchen. Just at my lowest place that I never thought that I would be in. All hell was breaking loose. And I had to go on the journey of rediscovering who I am, rebuilding my life, letting go of people that their time has expired. I had to let go of physically let go of that 10-year relationship that I was still holding on to. Even though I said I let it go, but yet we were still cohabitating. And so the time came where God was like, okay, you have to let this thing go. You have to let it go physically. And I remember listening to one of my other mentors at that time. She was talking about making room for something new. And she was talking about in order to make room for something new, you got to get rid of the old, like physically get rid of the old. Physically let go of it in order to make room for new things and new blessings to enter into your life. And I remember at that time, it was after I met my twin, that, I was, doing my whole manifesting my twin into my life, into my experience, but yet I was still holding on to the situation with my ex, holding on to a lifestyle, holding on to a life that was no longer serving me. Didn't want to let it go, was afraid to let it go because I became comfortable. Became comfortable in that situation that wasn't serving me. Became comfortable in that situation that was toxic. Became comfortable in that one-bedroom apartment that looked like hell. Became comfortable in it. And so God had to shake my world. And that consists of all hell breaking loose for me to be where I am at now in my luxury apartment that I prayed and asked for when I was living in that unfortunate situation. And so, guys, sometimes you will never know why you experience certain things. And then sometimes you will know why. Because during that time that I was experiencing all that hell back to back, all that pain, all that unfortunateness that I felt, I knew how I got there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When you start to tell yourself the truth, or when the truth starts revealing itself to you, you gotta get real. You gotta get real all the way down to the core. You gotta get naked. You can't have any filters, any, cookie cutter explanation for things. I knew that the hell I was going through was because that is what I created in my world. That is what I created in my life. And it doesn't matter how it happened, whose fault was it. Because I do believe that my ex led me down a road that wasn't giving me what it is that I need and wanted. But however, I was lying in that relationship. 10 years of lying, telling a man I loved him when I knew I didn't. Being in a relationship where I knew that I should have let go, honestly, truthfully, 6 months after I met him, but I kept holding on to it, forcing it to work, trying to make it work, trying to make it better. And the more I try to make it work and try to make it better, stuff just kept happening. And it get better for a little while, then all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. I found out some more stuff, found out some more stuff. Go through some more heartbreak. Go through some more pain. And I got to the point where I had to realize where God had to, where my spiritual team were like, this ain't going to get any better. Matter of fact, it's going to get worse if you keep holding on to it. So you have to let go of this. Because your life with him is not going to get any better. You gotta let it go. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I spent years releasing myself from that 10-year relationship that was no longer serving me. And I'm just now at the place where I have completely released it, completely surrendered it. I'm out on my own, living by myself with my 2 babies. Well, they're not babies no more. They're going into, well, one is in middle school and the other one is going into middle school. So they're no longer babies, they're kids. But I'm making me happen and I'm doing my thing in the world. And I'm letting you know that there is light on the other side of your hell. There is a rainbow on the other side of your hell. Just know that. Just know that whatever hard situation that you find yourself in, it is making you. It's not breaking you. Well, maybe it is breaking you to make you better. To help you to discern what it is that you truly want, what it is that you truly need in your life. Maybe the hell you're in is pushing you towards a dream that you've been praying and asking for. A lot of times when we pray and ask for things, we don't know the process that we're going to go through to accomplish it, to have it, to manifest it. And a lot of times, if it's anything good on the other side, you have to go get some help to get to your good. Because a lot of times, you have created some situations for yourself that God has to clear up, that God has to clean up. And so you have to go through the hard things, the hard experiences. You have to learn the hard lessons to get you up out of things that is not good for you, so that you can begin to make choices that is in alignment with your most highest good. And so, guys, that is it. My name is Ruby Lee. I hope you find some inspiration, some encouragement within this video today. And so, if you like this video, please click that thumbs up. Give it a like. Leave positive, tender, loving care comments in the comment section. I want to hear from you. And until next time, guys, I will leave you in love. Bye-bye.